guess we should get into it, eh?
Why do you feel nervous?
Here we are.
What's that?
Why do you feel nervous?
I don't know. It's weird. I'm usually behind the camera.
Yeah, but you're not now.
Yeah, but what is it like? What is it about being in front of the camera that gets you?
I'm not sure. Like, just I don't know. I have this weird feeling with social media and just jumping in front of the camera, like doing a podcast. I don't know. Feels huge for me.
Feels good.
It is a big step.
But it's all right now. Actually, now I don't mind too much.
It's what's the name? It's the best part about just getting in and having a conversation and not trying to structure something, because then it flows and just it's beautiful. Because usually it's a nuggets.
I didn't even. I just realized that I was like, because I was listening, because like it's good, to be honest, for me to not be like, I mean this with the most utter respect and the most humble way possible. It's nice to not be like center of attention. So I was just listening to a conversation, but I know I got the glasses on, and I was like, but I wasn't trying to be funny that time. But I can understand from what you would have seen.
Yeah,
I would have probably done the same, but. Yeah, no, it's nice to just listen to someone else other than my own voice.
And not be ready to talk. That's the worst part with ADHD is we tend to always like, we want to talk, and like it's then. Did you ever get done with a comparison story when people used to have a go at you about like they'd share a story, then you go, or you share a story similar to that because you're showing your.
They're not one-upping you. Just telling a relatable story. Dude, that was one of my most viral videos. Like, I did a quote about it and it went mega viral.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? What did you do?
It was like people with I don't know. I was probably like dancing. I was like, I don't know.
But it is so relatable. That's why it's like you love. I don't know.
Yeah, but going back to like the whole social media thing, like I get why you feel the way you feel, because like even me doing this now, I'm a bit like, oh shit, like, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I haven't put myself in front of the lens yet, so I'm just like, yeah, okay.
You did well with the voice. You did well with the voiceover.
Yeah, true.
The voiceover was really
right,
good.
Yeah.
The voiceover was really good. I was saying
yeah. It's just like listening to your own voice, you know, when you like listen to your own voice note, and it sounds like so strange.
I'm twisted. I like the sound of my voice. Yeah. I think I've got a nice voice and it's great to listen to.
Just listen to your own voice while you sleep.
That's what Matt's app is. Oh, wait, I can't talk about that.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it.
Like I just got really anxious, like probably when you started laughing, because I realized, because like I was just like I said, I was just listening, and then when you started laughing, and then I started remembering how it's good to not hear my own voice and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing a podcast. My whole body just started going quiet just then, and I'm like, fuck, I'm like feeling that way. So yeah, it's wild.
How do you move through that?
You just like let it go. Like in a podcast, it can be scary because like you know that this is going to get posted, and people pick up on body language and stuff. So for example, when I'm feeling anxious, like my mouth goes dry. I start like doing like this, and I'm like really and I'm like, you know what I mean? And I felt that happening, and I was like, dude, just chill, bro. Like it's all good. Then,
do you see the video about the cork meditation, the cork thing?
You very loved this story.
It's fucking
I've heard it like 6 times.
Yeah, the thought cork, mate. It is the most incredible fucking thing.
Is that the cork?
Yeah, just pull it down, let it pop, and the thought goes. Like I was like, yeah.
Can I be honest? Sorry to cut in. Dude, just tell the story properly. Like, what do you do with the cork? He wants to tell the story. Tell the story.
I love the story. I love the story. So it's having a thought that you want to get rid of, whatever it may be. It's thinking of that as a cork in the water, pulling that cork all the way down, and letting that thought cork shoot into the ether. And 9 times out of 10, actually every time I've tried it, it's fucking got rid of that thought, and I've been able to crack on. So use that.
It's good that you mentioned that, because like on the way here, and by the way, I'm in Perth. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, you moved in with us.
Yeah, I literally
all the homies.
I just drove from Sydney to Perth in how many days? 4.
You're a weapon.
I do feel very fatigued from it, if I'm completely transparent. Like my body's sore, my head is like overstimulated. Not right now, but it's like recovering from it, because I was literally staring at a straight road for 4 days.
It's crazy.
Like just like this. Like
drove from one side from Australia to another. It's like such a massive drive.
It was like it was needed, because like obviously the reason why I'm here is because I wasn't in a good place. And like even saying that, it makes my whole head tingle, because like I really wasn't well, was I?
Yeah.
Like, and
when I saw you last,
and this has been going on for like since I met you. Yeah. So it's been a year of like high blood pressure, anxiety, fight or flight. binge eating, not eating healthy foods, not training properly, not sleeping properly. I never not slept. I was always someone who slept very well. And I started not sleeping, and I mean like literally like 24 hours up. Like I didn't go to bed at certain nights. I didn't sleep at all. My mind was going manic. And yeah, I needed to change, didn't I? And I was only going to change if I changed, and I wasn't ready because I wanted to change. How many times do you think I said to you on the phone, hey bro, like...
More than, yeah.
I want to change and I'm ready to do this and I'm ready to do that, but...
You weren't ready though.
I wasn't, no.
No, you weren't ready. You'll always change when you're ready, when you're sick to the bones of it, and you want to make the change. Like, you got to that point, which is good. And
yeah.
That's why I said come over here and come see what it's like, because it's a shift in energy. It's a shift in, like, everything around you. Because you think about it, like here, I remember like a month or two ago, the energy around this place was so dark. Like, it was so heavy, and we saged it, we fucking polished it, we cleansed it as much as fucking possible to remove the energy, and it's worked, thank God. But it's like, if you don't remove yourself from the energy or get rid of that, everything around you is 10 times more difficult. It's so fucking hard.
100%. Like, I had moments where I didn't want to be here, and I'm just going to go straight. I'm not going to hold back, and I'm just going to tell you how it is. Like, I had many moments back home where I didn't want to be here anymore because it was just like my head was like telling me all these like different things. I had like moments where I didn't want to get out of bed, which is very not me. I had moments where I was like, I felt like I was stuck in a box. I forgot that I had so many people who cared about me, truly. Like, I felt so alone, and it was just a horrible place to be in. And I never thought, after all the work that I had done on myself, that I'd be back there. And it's just like, dude, like, I'm just grateful to be here today, you know? And that's like real talk. And yeah, it's just like, what happened? Why did it happen? And, you know, everything happens for a reason and stuff, but I'm just very grateful again to be here. And I'm very, very, very grateful that I had the courage to come here and do the move that I did, because I wouldn't wish that shit upon anyone, eh? Like, it was just horrible, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was on top of the world back in January, February, March, and then it just went from being, like, I felt like the man, like I was invisible. I was DJing online. I was just doing whatever I wanted and, you know, whatever else. And it all just literally went like that. And I was just doing the same thing every single day, hoping for it to change, but it got worse and worse and worse. And I don't really know, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really understand what has happened this year, but it's just been a bit of a blur. And
I feel like creative, man. Creative is a hard... I read this like really interesting... Sorry to interrupt.
Don't be sorry,
okay?
it's fine.
I read this really interesting thing about like creatives are like the ones that have the courage to face their demons.
Yeah.
Because being creative and create stuff is not always just like, oh yeah, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of like self-talk. Like, it's very dark. It can get very dark because you're just like, all right, I don't know, you're doubting yourself, questioning yourself, and just creating. And yeah, I don't know if you then just get stuck in this cycle of just creating and not looking after yourself, like you said, not connecting with people.
It's escapism.
For me, bro, like,
wild,
I really like what you said, but for me, there was like 3 years, right, of, yeah, sure, I went through some moments and, you know, some challenging times, but I was creating every single day. And what worked for me so well was being in a routine. And this year, I've not done that routine.
Yeah.
I'm not confident within my own body right now. My body's sore. My mind is not, like, it's a lot better now, but like previously to getting here, I was very negative. I was like, I mentioned the food, but I was eating like junk food every single day. And I didn't want to film videos because I was ashamed of who I am right now in my physical appearance. And that's a horrible place to be in for someone who is a creator. I am a creator, like, I create videos, and I have barely filmed this whole year because of the way that I believe I look. And of course you're not going to be happy and confident within yourself if you're doing all the things I mentioned, are you? I feel inflamed. I feel like my body's inflamed, and I put on weight and stuff. And people always say, "No, you look fine. You look fine." But I know within myself, not being harsh, just being honest, that I don't look as healthy and alive as I want to be. But I had to just go, screw it. This is who I am right now, and do stuff like this, and film videos and start posting again. Because otherwise, man, I would have found. If I didn't start now, it would have been 6 months of me barely filming, and that's just not who I am. I need to create, because like I said to you before, progress equals happiness, and when I'm not progressing, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
That's thank you for sharing.
Just having a drink of water. Could you pass to me?
Thank you for sharing that. Because I think that's the thing. People see everything that's on the surface of it's that iceberg analogy, isn't it? Everyone sees the tip of the iceberg. They don't see the shit everyone goes through. And I've known you for a while, man. Like, you've been through the shit. Like, you've been in really horrible places, and wanting to bring you here, wanting to get you away from it was a top priority. Because I was like, I could just see what was happening with you, and no one should go through that. And also in the finer details of what you went through. Like, it's horrible, man. So thank you for sharing it.
No, I appreciate it. And it's weird. I'm like, why do I find myself always going through these things that no one knows anything about? Because they don't. They know what I'd say online, like I'm not doing well, I'm feeling a certain way. And no one knows actually what has actually been happening. But I'm like, why was this like, because it's been happening for like 3 years on and off. And it was that quote that I mentioned to you, I think, you'll keep repeating the same mistake until you learn the lesson. And I truly believe this, that I've finally learned the lesson, and moving forward, it won't happen again.
Yeah, if you do, I'm smacking your hand.
Yeah. Nah, it's true, because my coach, he said to me, and this is a massive statement, he works with a lot of people all over the world. He said, I am the most mentally strong person he's ever met. And he's basically said, like what you just said, you've been through hell. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why do I don't want to keep going through hell. I want to be Coby again, and I want to be like free and flowing and creating, and I know I will, but it's just I believe what I need to do is just like 2 weeks of looking after myself, going to the gym, eating food that's not rubbish, and being around good people, and I can change like that.
Well, it's already happening.
Even the way that I'm talking right now, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
But you're destined for big things. Like, you're gonna make sure you already had a really big impact on the world, but you're destined for really big things. And it's like that whole shift of like, not their best life. I can't remember the analogy now, but it's like you have such a build up of shit and tests to go through for you to learn, and it feels like it's so much. Like, you're like, fuck, why is this so much? Because on the other side is exactly the thing that you're pushing for. On the other side of that pain is everything you're dreaming of. Like, the hardest challenges are given to the strongest people. It's just, unfortunately, the strongest people, that these people at some point is a switch where they're like, I give up. And that moment there is, if it was pushed through. Yeah. But it's obviously that's blanketing, right?
Yeah.
As blanketing, but it's like, just by pushing through that sort of thing. I'm very stoned, by the way. So I'm going around.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm going around in my head, and I'm just like, I probably sound stoned. I'm stoned. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like the hardest challenges come right before you're about to do something big. We're all on that path. Like, everyone. Yeah. Like,
it just feels like sometimes the challenges I go through are just a little bit hectic. Like, and it's like a little bit too much, and I'm like, come on, like. Please, like.
But what I said, those challenges, the lessons that you've learned out of that are fucking invaluable to so many people that are no doubt going through something similar. Yeah, and but they don't know. They don't think they can make it, or they don't think that there's any chance. They haven't seen anyone do it. But because of the position you're in, like you talking about the things you're going through openly, you're then showing these people there's so much more depth than them just resonating with the things about like what happens in 5 ADHD, things like the videos of you dancing.
I feel like people don't even know me.
Yeah,
like they do. They know that I'm a good, kind-hearted, like caring person. Like, I see those comments, and it's like that's true, but they don't actually know what and who I am, like outside of that, because like, all these videos, like you said, like 5 this and, like relatable that, proud, love that, awesome. But
Yeah.
like, I'm really excited for people to get to know me
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah.
Because I am so much more than that label. And,
Right.
and I'm like at a point where I'm like, I want to, that's why I'm excited to work with you, Flo, because like, I want to be
Me too.
more than just that. And I want to, that's why I started posting on Facebook, all these like nature things and all the rest of it, because it like actually fulfills me. I think I'm not over ADHD, but I do believe that I'm kind of like a bit like, I've had how many more things can I talk about?
I mean, I feel like you just encourage people, like you encourage me just through like being yourself already online. Like you just speak and you have like little, speaking mistakes, but then you just like own it and, you
own
just
your
like,
weirdness,
Yeah.
it'll set you free.
yeah,
That's
you
my
own,
motto,
you
bro.
own your
Yeah.
weirdness. And that's actually something I learned actually when I started dancing.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to be good in dancing, you have to own your weirdness, because then
Yeah.
only then you can fully like express yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, just by expressing without like educating about ADHD, I feel like you already teach a lot of people a lot of things. And
Yeah.
like you encourage
Appreciate
me.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, eh?
Yeah.
Because like, I thought about this on the way here. Who am I without that label? Who am I without that label?
Yeah.
Do people care about me without that label behind my name? Of course they do, but like, I had to think about it in depth, and I'm like, because I don't want to always talk about it. I've come to a point where I'm kind of overhearing it. If I hear the word ADHD one more time, like, not really, but I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. Like everywhere I go, ADHD guy. Oh, you're the ADHD guy. Am I?
But isn't ADHD that you always start a new journey?
Yeah, it's
In a way?
yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm angry about
but
it
I
or
feel you.
annoyed, but
Yeah.
like, I just want to show the world that there is so much more to me than just that name and label.
Yeah.
It's made me I'll start again. It's like helped me become who I am and stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm ready to open up more doors and like just talk to people online about other things, not just like, how's your ADHD go? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know what you do like for fun. Like, I want to know like what, is holding you
not your
back.
identity.
I don't want it to be that. Like,
You want to be treated as an actual person.
what's that?
Treated like an actual person.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Like, I posted once about, I think it was when I first started posting like just random photos and stuff, and I don't know, something, and it was just like, for example, I'll try and make an analogy of it if that's the right wording. It was like me playing the guitar, for example, because there's a guitar right there, and someone goes, "Oh, can people with ADHD play the guitar?" I was like, "Why the hell does everything have to be related to ADHD?" No, do you know what I mean? I'm like, and I'm like, man, what the hell? And I'm like, and this was a while back now.
Yeah.
And just to get this off my chest as well, like, I'm going to be brutally honest. That's one thing I really want to start doing this year. Is like, not even this year, just now, is like being so authentic and real. But not in a way to hurt anyone or bring anyone down, but like, I'm just going to be completely transparent. I'm sick of seeing videos about ADHD by all these people now. There's nothing wrong with people doing that. Everyone is entitled to do what they want to do if it makes them happy. But how many people are actually doing it because it makes them happy?
Not everyone is a real authentic though. They're just copying
Correct.
stuff. That's the worst. Like, you just... You don't really understand how it is. I don't even know if I'm really ADHD. I never got diagnosed, but
Just tell everyone what happened this morning. So this morning,
They always say you're never meant to self-diagnose or diagnose someone else.
Yeah,
but
I'm not professional.
But if we were allowed to diagnose someone that has ADHD, you've got autism.
Yeah, I reckon on the autism spectrum.
You are on the spectrum, sir.
Oh shit.
Anyway, sorry.
There's like a quote.
I just own it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if it's a quote, but there's like a thing, right? Neurodivergents get along with like other neurodivergents, and bro, you get along with me very well. So there's a high chance that
And we're all creative.
But you don't have to. You don't have to call yourself anything. You just be you, bro. And whatever, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're who you are. You don't have to be like, like, I know you're not.
It's
But
not
for
my identity.
example, for anyone out there who does watch this, right? Just because you do relate to it, or you don't have to label yourself. Like, you can just be you and relate to. Oh yeah, I do that. I feel that. I understand that, and then just do that instead of like being like, I'm ADHD now, so everything I do is ADHD.
It's like people who like introduce themselves and tell you they're vegan.
Like vegans. Like vegans, yeah. I mean,
It's like Who cares?
To be fair though, when you do have a stupid moment, you do something fucking silly. I was like, well, that was a bit ADHD of me, wasn't it? I do, because I catch myself doing some fucking stupid things, and it's so funny because I'm just like, you're ADHD.
You
shut
just
up.
remind. Can I just get this off my chest? I've never told anyone this, and we'll go back to you really quickly. I do this weird thing every day where every morning when I go like have a shower, I look in the mirror and stick my tongue out and I go, but no one's there. But I do it every morning, and I'm not doing it to be like, look at me, I'm ADHD. Like I actually go like, and I'm like, but I know I'm doing it.
Just make noises.
Yeah.
I catch myself singing and doing stupid shit, stimming all the time.
Yeah.
Like my fucking restless foot syndrome is insane. Like it's funny when you notice it. Like you're obviously not trying to sit there and label yourself as this, but it's really funny when you notice the moments become really clear. It's like, well, that was ADHD as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
It's got so much to express.
Exactly. It's so funny catching yourself for those moments. Just like I look like that silly prick I saw on Instagram.
I've had a very interesting conversation. I want to know your thoughts about it. So I had this conversation with a friend, and she was like, "What if ADHD is just an awakening? Because ADHD."
Are we going there? Are we going there? This is going to cause a conflict. Go.
Okay, it's just like it was just like to an idea anyway. But we're talking about how, or she was talking about how. You know, it's not common like in the old days. It's a new thing. And what if it is just us? Oh God, I don't know. Should I just get into conspiracies in the podcast?
I mean, no, it's talking your thoughts.
But
Speak your truth, bro.
Yeah,
no one's going to
it's
judge.
like it's like an expression of how much we can't work with a system that is.
Yep.
So yes,
Because that's just our true nature. We can't, and that's why we need to take medication so we can be numb. But yeah, it's a
great point. Thank you. Because honestly, like my next step is like speaking about that sort of stuff and also like helping people deal with whatever they're going through. And I believe that people on the spectrum, also ADHD, are very in touch with the spiritual side of life. And I posted about this on Facebook only a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Anyone that I know who is similar to me, so like autism, ADHD, or themselves, whatever they want to be, are very in tune with intuition, like the universe, seeing things for what they are. Like we're look at us, bro. Like we're all freaking like. I'll hold that back. But yeah, I believe that we are. Yeah,
it's an evolution.
Yeah,
I think it's a evolution of mankind. Like everything I've been diving into with the law of one, and then seeing how that talks about the evolution through the soul and getting into fourth density beings and everything like that. Fuck me, it all it makes sense. It literally makes sense because you're right. Everyone that I know that is deeply, authentically in the spiritual world is fucking like ADHD.
Yeah,
it's like all performers, all entertainers.
And it's actually a superpower. In our own way, because we have our own flow. We are like maybe chaotic. We are maybe chaotic and live in some sort of chaos sometimes. But it's like our own order. But it just doesn't work, I feel like, with a normal work schedule. With like
when I was on this trip, I was in nature and I was in WA. I just got to WA through the border. I pulled over and I was in like, there was like red sand and I was out and I was just like, no wonder we're all messed up in the head. We're not meant to be indoors, bro. We're not meant to look at these phones all day.
Yeah.
And I just remember I told you I have videos of me just putting my hands up and then I just went, and I felt so free.
After the men's retreat.
I felt so free outdoors in nature and like, man, it's interesting because you can't make up what's going on. Like there's millions of people who are relating to my videos, for example. So we are all going through something similar, but
it's an awakening. It's a consciousness awakening from moving from third density into fourth density of human.
And continue, I just want to get this off my chest as well. I think I posted this on my story and I said, hey guys, I'm just going to say this now so, I can remember that I've said it, but I have a gut feeling that the label or word ADHD is going to change a lot in the next 6 months. And I'm going to say what I really meant. I believe there's going to be a divide, and I don't want that to happen, but I think that's what's going to happen because there's going to be people who are open-minded and in touch with what we're talking about right now, who are going to be more willing to move forward with letting go of the attachment to the label. And then there's going to be people who defend Big Pharma and defend how good it is to, you know, take this and that, and my doctor's the best and you know nothing, and they're going to stay where they are.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And the people who are like, once again, open-minded and all the rest of it, I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to move forward, and there's going to be a divide. I just pray that it doesn't cause conflict, because when that happens, bro, that's when shit gets really bad.
Yeah.
And I have goosebumps now because I have a gut feeling that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I need to be prepared and ready and strong within myself before I start talking openly about this sort of stuff, because people do get very like, they're like, what do you know about, you know, spiritual and, you know, ADHD is this, and my doctor's so good, and Big Pharma's the best thing ever, and the government cares about me, what do you know? And they defend that shit, and I'm like, whoa, calm down. I remember when I was going through benzo withdrawal, and it was a horrible experience, and I was very vulnerable and open about it, and I shared my withdrawal, and it was disgustingly uncomfortable, and I really hope, you know, anyone who ever does go through that seeks help. And I remember I posted about it, and someone goes, can you please not post about not taking medication? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like near like suicidal, and you're freaking saying shit like that? I'm like, man, like, what the hell?
It's hard. I mean, it's especially in that situation where that's where you are. But this is where it's another level of consciousness, is to be able to look at these situations, and like you learned coming over, is everything is love.
Yes.
And so when those people like that, like, I think you need to start posting now about everything you want to talk about, because the only way you're going to get confident in doing so is by doing it, because you're, other than like you saying you want to understand more or do that, like start from start, like literally as you're learning, teach, because look, the longer you hold off, is the more the people are going to have control over, because remember, it's not them. They're just reflecting their shit onto you. They're just reflecting their shit onto you. Like, it's got nothing to do with that. Like, sure, some people may have had a really horrible experience with it, and it's triggered them. Cool, but then again, that's their shit. It's not your shit.
Yeah, true.
Like,
just need support whilst doing this, because like it's not like I can't do it on my own. I can. I'm able to do that, but I've got support now, so I'm good. We're here. I got you know, and I've got you two, and I have more people. It can be very scary at times, like, because I think in total like 4 million people follow me. Yeah, it's a lot of people.
It's a big number.
And it's not tiny.
Yeah, it's like I feel not scared, but sometimes I'm like, shit, like this is pretty wild what I'm doing, and I always mention
I was so intimidated to jump in the podcast, because I'm like, oh shit, 4 million people are going to watch me. Like,
we don't know who's going to watch this or where this is going to go.
Actually, now I don't care.
I'm glad you jumped on, because I was a bit anxious at the start too, but I just like, and talking about the stuff that I've spoken about, it's made my mouth dry and stuff, but bro, who cares? Like, no one's, the people who follow me and truly have my back, they don't judge, bro. Like, they're so loving and caring. You go through my comments on Facebook or like Instagram or whatever, like, it's all love. Like, dude, I feel like I have, like, I feel like if I went anywhere in the world, not anywhere, that's a big statement, but most places in the world, I'd have a home to go to if I needed 100%. It. Like, dude, since I came to Perth, I've been here for one day. I've been offered, like, come here and we got you. Come here and we got you. Like, when I went to the UK, dude, I was walking down the street and getting free fish and chips and like gym memberships, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is wild. I'm in another country, and like, someone's here. Who is this? We're in the middle of a podcast.
Who is that?
Mario. Oh yeah, he's back.
That's Mario.
Anyway, but but guys, like, enough about me. Let's go back.
I've got to finish up in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, like, I think we'll just like say like, like, it's the start of a new journey for me. I'm looking forward to, you know, becoming a better version of myself. And once again, thanks for having me here. But Ash is literally leaving tomorrow.
2 days.
Day after.
2 days. Thursday morning.
So that's why we jumped on this, and did this podcast chat.
I want to go back to actually one story. You were talking about the divide. You know, you're scared of that divide, which I don't think that, well, there's always going to be
I'm not scared
divide,
of it, but I have a feeling it's going to happen.
But I learned this, we were talking about this idea, and I thought it was quite beautiful. It made me kind of like believe in something good is going to happen.
Yeah.
But most people, I don't want to really say that, but most people don't really have an own opinion. They just follow.
Yeah. A lot of sheep.
And so at the moment we are like, you know, this awakening that's happening, we're like in the minority.
Yeah, we're in the minority at the moment. Yeah.
And so once we get like enough people on the scale, it will just tip over and the rest will follow.
This is what.
So it's just like
this is the work we're doing. This is what I'm doing. Is I wanted to be the bridge between the people that have no idea but relate to me, and then go actually really like what you're posting, and they're transitioning across to being open-minded enough to actually do things. Like the Harpo video we did. This shit, this is like, but this is where I think what I was saying back to you, where like I see you doing big things.
Yeah,
like
I appreciate it, man,
it's this as the awakening's happening and people are seeing more. Fuck me, I know the amount of people that still have no idea and refuse to ever think they're ever on the spectrum. But it's like, imagine if you spoke to one of those people and you had one video that resonated with them and they were just like, okay, I can resonate with that one. They went and get checked, and next you know you've changed life. I mean, that's what you did for me. But
that's wild, eh? Can we tell our story real quick? So like, I know you got 20 minutes left. So guys, I was in the UK and I was filming with Ruaz, and he was where were we? Waterloo, and I was just filming. I just did the Jack Sparrow video through the UK, and like the where were we again? The Jack Sparrow. You weren't there, but
that was Oxford Circus.
I was in like all these busy places.
Yeah,
and I was like walking, and I was like, let's go down that tunnel. And I was like, let's go down that tunnel. Let's go. And I just see this like big dude, like 3 big dudes, like just spinning this fire, and I'm like, holy shit. I was like, let's go. And it's on camera and it gives me goosebumps again. Like, I'm very in touch with myself again, because every time I tell stories, my body feels all this stuff and my mouth goes dry, which means I'm coming back to me again. So let's go. Anyway, so I get there, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Ash was like, no way, that's Coby, what? Are you Coby, what?
Sorry, so many times.
And I'm like, hey, but there was like these like 3 big dudes, and I'm wearing my pink hat, and my glasses, like, hello, like, but he was so polite, and like I was like, dude, like, no way. I said something like, no way, you know, or something like.
You basically came up. I was like, no way, it's fucking Coby. What? She's like, yeah, but how you doing? Coby, I'm from Australia. I'm like, bro, I know who you are. You changed my fucking life. And he just looked at me like, huh? Like, you literally changed my life, bro. This is wild.
Then we hugged, eh?
Yeah, then we hugged.
Yeah.
And then we did some fire.
I was like, dude, can I film you? And you were like, like, and you like lit up your thing, and then like he's like, and we got some photos. Next minute, we're hanging out. Like a couple of days later or something, or weeks later, we hung out again, stayed in touch, and then it's just so wild, man.
Yeah, I was fun. Dude, I was 105 kilos at that point. Yeah. And I remember looking at that photo when you sent it to me. When you sent me that thing, I took a look at the photo. I was like, fuck me, I was a nugget of a human.
When you showed me that, you should probably blend it in or something.
I think that's when I started like losing myself just a little bit after that period, because I wasn't as big.
You really went into
not even. I don't even think right now I'm big. I think I'm just like fatigued physically, and like I just got.
That was how long ago? 1 year.
1 year ago, literally.
Just a year and a few weeks.
I think you watched them. It was around that we just met, and then it was one of the last times I saw you. You were talking about your ex coming over.
Beep.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
No, this is going in the community anyway. I'm going to put it in the community.
Fine.
But you were talking about that person coming over, and it was just like that's where everything started going. And as I said, the main thing is you kept in contact enough when you needed to make sure we got you through.
And fucked it. Sorry for swearing. We have had a lot of conversations, and like, dude, you've helped me a lot. And I've said this to you before. I'll say it on camera, so I look like a good person. But no, I'm very grateful, bro. Yeah. And I love you a lot, bro. Honestly, like, you helped me save my life, and that means a lot to me. So, yeah, man. And Flo, bro, I'm looking forward to like filming with you and creating content. And people need to see your work, dude. And if I can help. You get your name out there, I'm more than willing to, and you'll help me in many ways as well.
I am not meaning to laugh. I was just you had me that, and I'm like, I'm not stopping. Fuck, I'm not stopping.
Wait, what?
I laughed just before you finished saying I give me a compliment. So I was laughing about the thing where you're like, I had to do it to be nice. I kept laughing, and then you're complimenting him. I'm like, fuck, I'm laughing. Stop
Oh
laughing.
no, because you know
I'm
how,
so
like,
sorry.
Nah, I just don't like
I didn't
you
even
know how like
notice.
people
Oh.
tend to be like really like, oh, like,
Yeah.
guys, welcome here. Like today's
Yeah.
the day that we're gonna change your life, and then the camera stops and like, I go fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, sorry. I felt rude because I was laughing to give you a compliment.
nah, it's all good.
It was funny. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Bro, it's a good moment, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for today. We'll do more of these. Also, anyone who follows me, like, I freaking love you. You've helped me like be here today, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't laugh. Thank you. Namaste,
Well, nice to be on the first podcast.
dude.
Thank you.
Well done, bro.
Well, honestly, thank you for pushing me.
It's good. I love it.
Yeah, that was alright.
Oh, my legs.
I love chatting.
Okay.
It's just like